There are several ways really that RNAi is making a major difference in medical research and potentially as a medical therapy for the future. Um, First of all, it's a natural process inside of our cells, and now we know how to trigger that process. We can make a synthetic small RNA molecule that will essentially trigger the silencing of a gene inside of the human body, inside of the cells. Um, and along with the Human Genome Project and the understanding now, the growing understanding really of the genetic basis of disease, there are just so many potential applications. For example, you can use RNAi to uncover the genetic pathways involved in a disease, such as cancer or genetic disease. You can work from one gene that's mutated, for example, in a familial form of a disease, to understand in much, much greater detail the entire genetic pathway, all of the genes involved in that process, broadening the potential pool of therapeutic targets. So you can then use conventional types of drugs, small molecules or biologics such as proteins to treat the disease, or potentially you can develop an RNA interference drug that will silence a disease-related gene causing a beneficial effect. So there are tremendous opportunities in many, many different ways to advance medical research. What we need really is the support from our communities. We need both locally and nationwide. We need people to speak out for more medical research, to try to push their legislators, both here in Massachusetts as well as nationally, to help support and fund this vital industry. It's not only creating jobs, it's saving our family members, it's developing cures and treatments that will engender a great deal of gratitude worldwide for the country and the state and the institutions that develop new medicines. We need to do this because it's the right thing for our civilization, and we need to invest in science now. And so I think we really need to reach out to the community. We need to reinforce with people the importance of funding not only the science, but also the whole pipeline. And that would include education all the way through, K through college and beyond. And we also need to continue to invest in the laboratories that are doing really basic stuff, like the work that we did in my laboratory and Andrew Fire's laboratory on a worm that turned out to be relevant to all of these medical applications that we're looking at now. Believe me, because of the tight budgets now in the federal NIH coffers, there's real limited funds. Basic science is suffering, so we're worried about a pipeline that could dry up in the future where, because we're spending so much money applying technologies that exist, we're not developing the technologies of the next century. And because when people understand what's possible now with medicine, and when they get past the worries about stem cells and the kind of hot button issues, when they start to understand that these are potential therapies that really save lives and make a difference in people's lives, in their own family and other families around the state and around the country and the world, then they're going to want to fund this. And I think overwhelmingly, I see that as I talk to people, they really, really understand the fundamental that this is something valuable that we must invest in. Worcester is really an ideal location, I think, for development going forward of the life sciences sector. I really would like to see the growth of more biotechnology and supporting industry in that area. We have a wealth of undergraduate institutions and the medical school, along with Worcester Polytechnic Institute. And these institutions are really educating a tremendous group of young people who want to enter into this exciting industry. And they're right there in Worcester. They're a great resource for companies to tap into. And certainly at the university, we have been growing steadily. Our research at UMass Medical School has increased 25% over the last 5 years when the NIH budgets have been flat. And the Boston area, by comparison, has only increased by less than 1%, I believe, during that same time period. So you can see the great things that are happening in that region, and it's because of many different attributes that make the area special.